Hi everyone, welcome to Good Morning Toowoomba with Ben Apsey and Daryl Nicholson missing in action today as he has a real job. Today is Friday the 13th of November, currently 17 degrees in the Toowoomba CBD and a top of 27, although it is currently raining, so it could be interesting. 80% chance of rain today with possible storms around. I know the Bureau of Meteorology was warning that they could be quite severe storms when they do come through too. Really good news. Parliament is back on down in Brisbane, so the state government's all sorted. Palaszczuk has unveiled her cabinet, and the LNP has sat in their party room meeting and decided that David Crisafulli will be the new opposition leader, with Toowoomba South's David Janetsky as the deputy leader. So congratulations to both of those two gentlemen. I'm sure they will do a fine job in the role, and special congratulations to David Janetsky from Toowoomba for being deputy leader. And it sort of highlights the effort that the Toowoomba region has gone to with supporting the LNP there, and in us having the deputy leader. Really interesting. Russell Street has been given the tick of approval for upgrades, so quite a fair few millions worth of dollars being spent by councils. It's to the tune of $7.5 million being spent to upgrade the streetscape there. They are saying it could take up to 2 years to complete, which, you know, if they've only got 2 staff doing it, it's probably going to be the case, like when they did Ruthven Street in front of the sports club there. And a lot of businesses saying, well, if it is going to take that long, then potentially there needs to be some sort of compensation. The businesses are doing okay, but they said the big problem is car parking down in that area of town, and the parking problem is an issue everywhere. So the time is currently 8:35. Studio audience is asking us what time it is this morning, so that's exciting. Russell Street, it does need a facelift. It's been in a dire state for quite some time, and it'd be really nice to see that revitalised, and it's great to see councils finally doing some asset renewal, which is something that the CBD Revitalisation Advisory Committee with the Chamber of Commerce has been advocating for now 6 months. And I think there's more on the cards. Christmas in the CBD is coming up. If you're a CBD business, get on board with the Chamber of Commerce and sign up for the Christmas in the CBD. If you've come down to the shop here at Globetrotters and Travel Mugs Coffee, you will notice that the Christmas lights are up. I'm not going to apologise for it, because it is only 6 weeks now until Christmas, which means it's also only 7 weeks until this horrible 2020 year ticks over to a new start, and hopefully the start of travel bubbles and open borders. That is the ideal to get back to some sort of new normal following the coronavirus. And there's not really too much other big news. We do want to highlight that there is a by-election coming up for Groom. So Garth Hamilton is the candidate for the LNP. There is Chris Mybush as the candidate for Labor, and there are 2 other minor parties as well running. There's the Sustainable Australia Party, and there's another one as well. So there are minor parties. Oh, the Liberal Democrats, that's them. So you will start to see signs going out. It is illegal to tamper with them and to knock them over. Don't touch anyone else's signs. If you get caught, it's quite a serious offence. The by-election has come about because John McVeigh resigned due to his wife's health. So for those that aren't aware, that's why we are going back to the polls in Groom, and it's a good chance to show Scotty how much you are supportive of him and his government, which is, or you know, in the case for some people, you may not think that he's doing a good job. So this is your chance to have that say on what's happening with coronavirus. The interesting with polling, we've been seeing there's still not really any result in the US. So it's been found that there has been issues with the technology involved with digital voting. Now, Australia doesn't have digital voting; it's all pencil and paper. And then when all those ballots go back to the ECQ for counting, they use pens to write things. So that's I think why it's pencil on paper and then pen on paper there. But it has highlighted the need in Australia. There is a way that you could go to a digital voting system that isn't connected to the internet and that is safeguarded against tampering. It would be a closed computer system. Just like you go to the booth currently and you stand there and you fill out your little ballot, you would be able to go in, click on the screen. It would have the geolocation of the booth, so that each ballot would have a serial number, essentially, not able to identify you as a voter, but able to identify that it is a legitimate vote that goes in. So geolocation, this is the booth you're at, this is the date, this is the time, and this is the ballot number you are casting. So if there is an identical ballot serial, you can know that there was an issue, but you'd be able to go in and say, well, I want to leave it blank, that's it, because if you choose to want a donkey vote because you don't like any of them, then that is your right. Leave blank, yes, submit, done. Walk in, walk out, nice and simple, nice and easy. Or the option to number all the boxes properly and then submit. So to get rid of the informal votes, it'd split them out quite easily, but it'd also mean that the ones that are filled out properly, but then you can't then write defamatory words and draw fancy pictures on and that sort of stuff, because no one needs to see that. The people that count it are not the MPs. There's no point in putting a message on your ballot paper about an MP or a candidate, because they don't see them. The scrutineers and the Electoral Commission workers are the ones that see it, and sometimes they can be quite horrible. You know, if you don't want to vote properly, that's your right, but then you don't have the right to complain about what goes on either. Walk in, put a line through, get rid of it. But really, if you want to be able to legitimately have a say, vote properly. Go in, number all the boxes. With the Groom by-election, nice and easy. It's 1 to 4. Everyone can count to 4. So it's not that hard. Don't write your name on there. As soon as you can identify who the voter is, it is not counted, and they do happen. People do write their name on it. Even writing Donald Duck, well, that potentially could have you as a, you know, your name could be Donald Duck. No, not counted. So they're all considered informal votes. That's all I have for today. With the digital voting system, where you'd be able to do this, at the end of the day, you would then be able to save all this time and rigmarole with counting and scrutineering. It'd be very simple. The computer at the end of the day would have a log. At 6 o'clock, it would finish whoever was there. The booth liaisons from the Electoral Commission could go around and go close, close, close on all the different closed computer systems, and it would then submit or print out to a printer that's connected to it the votes for each candidate, and you would know who has won then and there on the spot. So much quicker and simpler, and it would save taxpayer money, and that's the most important thing, because elections cost money, and that's the simple thing. We need to save it where we can. We really need to, as governments, be doing more with less, especially with what's going on at the moment. So that's all I have for today. As always, thanks for joining us with Good Morning Toowoomba. Like and share us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, check us out on Instagram, send us a message, all the usual stuff we say. Don't have an inspirational quote for you other than happy Friday the 13th. Friday, let's head into this weekend with a little bit of happiness in our lives. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Apsey.